Okay, today we're going to be looking at a eBay kit of idler tyres. That was the packet it came in. Pack of 20, and they're 5 different sizes supposedly in there, from 9 to 13mm internal diameter and going up 1mm at a time. I haven't actually measured them, but I did find this is an idler out of one of those Tanashin or whatever they are mechanisms. And they do seem to fit this alright, although the first one I tried didn't work very well. So I've thrown that in the rubbish. They don't seem to have the greatest surface on them, a little bit shiny, but it did turn out they will work. So I might just measure the things. There are definitely a few different sizes in here. Quite hard to tell them apart because they're all so close. So you get about, what was it, 4 of each of 5 sizes. Though I think this one actually had 5 of one size and 3 of another. But maybe if we have a look at this actual, if I can get in there, that's saying about 10mm. How close? See, I'm in on the plastic, I think. And let's have a look at the internal. We can use the other side of this thing, can't we? The problem is doing it without stretching it. Guess if we just get it wide enough that we pick it up, about so that's 10.8, so it's around the 11mm mark by the look of it. 10.48, so it's somewhere around the 10 to 11mm range, I guess. And that little wheel there did actually, I've tried it on this idler and it did seem to work alright. Sometimes you get a little bit of a bulge. They're only just thin enough to go in there, you've got to squash them in a bit. Because what width are these? I don't think it said what width the tyres are, but they're usually around the same sort of size. 2.16mm or something, maybe a little bit bigger than 2mm. Getting it without sort of squashing it. It's right on 2mm by the look of it. So 2mm wide. And then I think that's the smallest one. We get these various different internal, that's a 9.8, though I may be bending that a bit. It said from 9 upwards. That's obviously a lot bigger one. So these may fit other decks, but at least they fit those common generic mechs. That's up to 13, which I think was the biggest size. Yeah, so it fits this style of mech. The one with this sort of lever bit that goes up and down with a little rubber idler in there, allows it to cross. Some of them have this bracket on them, some of them don't, but they've got the same capstan and bit there, basically the same mech. And then in one of the decks I found we've got this other version which is quite different. This centre piece is a lot different, but it has the same idler down in there. This one's the tyres off it because it was cracked and fallen to bits, but it seems to be the same diameter wheel, as at least one of these will fit it by the look of it. And yeah, this is just a slightly different version, looks quite different on the back. It's a flat belt deck, it does have some similarities, but you've got to take this little central bit out. I guess we could take that back out again and just double check the diameter if I can get to it. But yeah, one flat screw, one Phillips screw. I think this just came out from memory. I just got to slide it. Maybe I did have to take the capstan out. That'd be right. Oh no, I don't have to take the capstan out. Even better. Let's get in and measure that. I guess I should probably, I don't think I can get the angle right. I haven't actually removed this from the unit, I don't think, so get the little clip off it. And then I think, has it got a spring? No, that's not joined to that. Put that clip somewhere. Uh-oh, I've lost it already. Where'd it go? Through the tape. Let's put the little clip there. And this looks to be the same. Maybe I'm wrong. I think I checked the tyre that came off it and it looked to be the same. So again, it's around the 10, 11, about 11 mark. That's still loose in there. So one of these smaller tyres. I think the first size and the second size pretty much fit these things. And it shouldn't matter if even there is a small bulge in them, but yeah, that fits on there alright. I might even keep that idler tyre out now that I've got it off. I think they're the same idler tyre though, although it does look slightly different, so it's the same diameter overall, at least with that tyre on it, but the plastic bit looks actually slightly smaller. I guess the only way to check is to take it back off again. Yeah, slippery little so-and-so. Put that on there, and yeah, it's probably overall 1/2 mil or something smaller, but it's basically the same thing. I think we can say, and the inner diameter is the bit that matters. Doesn't really matter what the plastic on the outer is, as long as the tyre sticks out from it and sticks into the centre sort of thing, then we should be fine. But yeah, that seems to work fine. And yeah, I might keep that out just in case I ever need it in one. At least it's ready to go then. And where do I put that little clip? I might even shove that in there because they're handy to have. So it looks like it fits these, whether they're Tanashin or some other brand. Tanashin, I can't remember now, but whether these actually come from that factory or not, I'm not 100% sure, but it's quite likely. Oh, we had to go, was it that way first? Oh, I forgot now. It should go in, but it doesn't want it. For some reason that won't sit down, but I can put the screw back, at least one screw back in, and keep that together. It's only good for parts, they're all rusted and horrible. So yeah, so that's that eBay kit. That one only cost about $8 or something. For some reason the seller I bought from is saying they don't send them to Australia anymore, but there are plenty of other ones. Some of them say they're for a Sharp. I'll put the thing on the screen anyway. I think it was 700 and 900 series Sharp decks or something. And I do have to find out whether they fit the Sharp G, I think it's a GF515 I got, great big one. That's got a couple of small idlers around this size, and no one seems to be selling those smaller idler tyres for that, so hopefully they will fit that, because I'd like to replace them while I've got it apart, because the other ones have gone to goo, or at least bad condition, so it'd be best to replace all the rubber bits if I can. But anyway, thanks for watching.